MMA scraps is why most shows tap out then cry. We the ones like them now at the end of the bout with our hands to the.
As you may have heard, Gerald Harris just recently released by the UFC, even though he was 3-1 with 3 knockouts. What is your take on something like that? You go into the UFC, you win your fights fairly impressively, but you got to be on your toes at all times.
Man, yeah, that's absolutely insane. I had no clue that Gerald Harris got booted. A lot of times when you get booted, I think it's because guys not being team players. The UFC like guys who show up on time. They're never late to their appearances. They don't give people in the offices a hard time. They don't give too much of a big fight when it comes to contract negotiations. They like guys who are team players. Maybe he wasn't being a team player. 3 knockouts and 1 loss, and to get booted, there's definitely something more than performance. So, I'm sure, like I said, there's more to the story.
Yeah. Now, you bring the fight every time, and of course, Dana White recently was quoted as saying that now it's going to be very important for all the fighters to bring a good fight every time out. And as you know, sometimes he gets a little bit upset when a boring fight happens. When you go out there to perform, what's more important to you, winning or being exciting?
Winning is most important to me, but the way that I fight, it's not like I purposely try to do exciting things. It's just my style. It's just, I think doing really unpredictable moves and things is really hard to train for it. So I'm realizing, and not to sound arrogant, but I'm realizing that I'm really excited to watch. But that's not something I can really control. I'm just going out there to win, and when you're passionate about what you're doing and you're really having fun with your job, that also helps make it look so cool.
The fight you just had against Matyshenko was surprising on a couple levels, most of which for me was it was like a hot knife through butter. Do you ever get to the point where you're like, this should not be this easy, or do you just make it look easy?
Not to sound arrogant, I think I make it look easy, but it's really not easy. A lot of the reason why I think I'm having so much success in the octagon is because the preparation that I put in. I really, really get into what I'm doing as far as just the level of studying, nutrition, meditation, mental reps, and just really being in tune with the fight. And every time I go out there, I feel as if the fight's won before the fight actually happened. I make it look easy, but it's not. It's really not. There's tons of hours and just tons of being in tune with it that goes on, and it's a wonderful thing. I went home and watched that Matyshenko fight for myself, and my jaw was dropped. I was just like, no way. It happened that way. I'm just like, I was like a spinning back kick from the southpaw stance. Well, I'm not a southpaw. I was really impressed with the fight myself. It's gonna be a hard one to try to top, and it was amazing. I do get surprised sometimes and taken back on how things are going, but it's the hard work, and it's just a testament to the hard work and confidence and things like that.
Let's also talk about outside of the ring, the first time seeing yourself in the UFC video game. You tweeted a video a little bit about it. You seemed really excited. Kind of tell us what that was like.
Yeah, it was really cool. It took away my brother. He was in the NCAA football for Syracuse, so I played as my brother all the time, and he was a defensive lineman in the Syracuse football game. So it kind of took a little bit of like the rush of like, oh my God, this is me in the game, because I kind of knew what it felt like already because we're playing as my brother all the time. But see my character and the see like, oh, they give him a little extra muscle and everything. It was cool. It was really, really cool, really different. It was just a rush, man. What I didn't like was watching myself get knocked out, because I haven't been dropped ever in practice or anything. And to see, like, I think I was fighting like Chuck Liddell, and he like hit me with a head kick, and my character like looked so real when he went down. And my girlfriend was like, turn the channel, like, oh, that just gave me the chills. It just gave me the chills, and it bothered me too. So I actually stopped playing online because I would pick my own character, and people would just annihilate me. And I'm like, dude, this isn't good. This is not good. So I don't play online anymore. I play just against the computer, like on expert mode, where I know I'll win every time.
I don't know how to say. He's a YouTube sensation. Bloodstane Lane, I know, has been in your sites. Please tell us how that went, how the meeting went.
Oh, when I met him in person?
Right.
He came up to me. I knew who he was right away.
Yeah.
And he's come up all slow with his hands out like, hey, listen, man, like, I really don't want any problems. Like, I was just talking, blah, 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 blah. And I just laughed. I think I gave him a big hug. I'm like, dude, you are so funny. Like, I watched your YouTube video, and we've had our little tweet wars. I think it's funny. I mean, you're going to have keyboard warriors and, like, people who talk and stuff, but at the end of the day, the guy's a fan, and it's not personal. He doesn't know me personally. He's never had dinner at my house with my family or anything. So I don't take anything personal. It's really hard to really offend me unless you're like another fighter or something. So I just gave him a hug. I laughed. I'm like, oh, I'm like, you're really funny. And I'm like, I should beat you up with a big smile on my face. And he was nervous, though. He was really nervous. But